Let's start with a simple question. This single line is completely thread safe. Multiple threads can execute it at the same time. I guess you have already noticed there is no synchronized keyword, there is no lock. So how can multiple threads safely update the same variable? The answer is a hardware supported operation called compare and swap. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly how compare and swap works and how atomic integer uses it internally to provide thread safety without locking. Before we talk about compare and swap, let's understand what this method increment and get is trying to do. Suppose the current value is 5, and when you call increment and get method, it has to perform three separate steps. First, read the current value, then add 1 to the current value, or you can say simply increment the value, and finally write the new value back. And those three steps are the entire problem. Imagine you simply wants to increment a value and multiple threads execute this piece of code at the same time and assume the current value is 5. So thread A reads 5. Before it writes 6, thread B also reads 5. Now both threads calculate 6. Thread A writes 6. Thread B also writes 6. And both threads executed successfully. But the final value is still 6. One increment is lost. This is called a race condition, and the obvious solution is to use synchronized keyword. That works, but it also means every other thread has to wait for the lock, and blocking the threads simply reduces throughput, especially when many threads are competing. So instead of locking every threads, atomic integer simply says I only want to update this value if no threads has changed its value since I last read it. That's the entire idea behind compare and swap. Compare and swap needs three things: the memory location, an expected old value, the new value you want to write. Suppose memory currently stores 5. A thread says I expect memory to still contain 5. If that's true, replace it with 6. The processor checks the value. If memory still contains 5, the update succeeds instantly. If another thread already changed it, the update simply fails. And notice what happened here. No thread acquired a lock. No thread was blocked waiting for another thread. The compare and swap operation either succeeds immediately or fails immediately. Now let's put everything together. Suppose the value is 5. Thread A reads the current value 5. It increments the value and the new value is 6. Then it performs compare and set operation and passes old value and new value. So memory still contains 5. So the processor updates it to 6. Meanwhile, thread B had also read the value 5 earlier. So it tries with the old value 5 and the new value 6, but the memory no longer contains 5. It now contains 6. So the compare and set operation fails. Since the compare and set operation failed, atomic integer knows another thread updated the value first. So instead of waiting or throwing an exception, it simply reads the latest value again. So the current value is 6, the new value is 7, and it again tries the compare and set operation, right, with the old value 6 and the new value 7, and now it succeeds and the updated value is 7. That retry loop is the secret behind atomic integer. So how does atomic integer implement this logic internally? To give you a high level understanding, here is a simplified version of the logic. This is not the actual JDK implementation, but it demonstrates the core algorithm behind atomic integer. So let's connect this code with the example we just saw. First, atomic integer reads the current value, then it calculates the next value. Next, it calls compare and set method, right? If no other thread has modified the value in the meantime, the compare and set operation succeeds, the value is updated and the method returns. But if another thread updated the value first, compare and set returns false. So instead of waiting for a lock or throwing an exception, the loop simply starts over. It reads the latest value, calculates the new value again, and retries the compare and set operation. The loop continues until the update succeeds, and that's the core idea behind atomic integer, right? And this is how it achieves thread safety without using synchronized or any lock, right? But think about it, when our code calls compare and set method, who actually performs this atomic operation? And the answer is the processor. When your Java code calls compare and set method, the JVM recognize it as a special operation. Instead of executing it as normal Java code, the JVM translate it into processor supported atomic instruction. The processor then performs the comparison and the update as one individual operation, right? As one atomic operation. If the current value matches the expected value, the update succeeds, otherwise it fails. And since the comparison and the update happen as a single atomic operation, no other thread can modify the value in between. And that's what make compare and set operation thread safe, and we don't have to use any locks, right? So if you found this video helpful and finally understand how atomic integer works internally, hit the like button. And if you know someone learning Java concurrency or preparing for Java interviews, share this video with them. Don't forget to subscribe, because we will continue exploring the internals of Java, Spring AI, system design, right? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.